Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, October 24th, NBA slate. So we got through Tuesday, the opening night there, a couple games. Then we had a monster slate on Wednesday. That was really good, except for the Philadelphia 76ers playing their little bullshit with Joel Embiid. And then last night, great night in the NBA, double overtime again for the Thunder, and a great game between the Warriors and the Nuggets. Couple overs come in. SGA scores 55 on Thursday night. Wow. All right, well, let's get into the Wednesday stuff. First of all, if you're new to the show or have been here or keep coming back daily, we appreciate you guys coming on. Make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on here for the channel. All of our shows here on YouTube brought to you by our sponsors, Outlier, that are world's number one sports betting app. Make sure you check out the 7-day free trial. You can get that link in the comments section or on the YouTube channel page, YouTube TV. And also DraftKings. So appreciate all of you, all of the sponsors of the show. Make sure you visit all those guys' sites to check it out. Also, our Discord channel is available for everybody out there as well. We have a couple different ways to get on that. Weekly you can do, or monthly. Least expensive option overall cost is going to be the monthly. But if you just want to try it out for a week, you do have a little bit of less dollar option to do there. So you can check that link out in the comment section or YouTube channel page. All right, let's get started. We got a 6:30 Eastern time frame game, so something a little bit different than normal. Normally we don't start till 7 o'clock here in the NBA, but we're going to get Bucks Raptors out of the way early, I guess, right? So we're going to get into this game here. So Bucks big time win in their game on on Wednesday. Raptors also upset win on the road at the Hawks. So this game moved a little bit forward here. It looks like Raptors laying 1.5, 232.5 total here. Bucks, I mean, we pretty much saw what Giannis had a monster, so of course the Bucks looked really good, right? And Raptors, well, I thought looked fantastic. RJ Barrett had a nice game. Scotty Barnes had a nice game. Brandon Ingram played well. You know, it was nice little stuff there. We do like the Raptors in this particular spot. Going back home opener. Bucks on the road. They're going to have to show us a little bit more before we start getting majorly behind the Bucks here. But let's give you plays for Raptors. Bucks. Raptors money line first quarter, first half, and game. Scotty Barnes, 18-plus points. He had 20-plus in the game one. Grady Dick, who had a monster in game one, only point total at over 9.5, so we're all there. Grady Dick, 2+ threes and 6+ rebounds for Brandon Ingram. And Giannis for 3+ turnovers. Why not, right? Giannis for 3 turnovers. Sounds like pretty much a daily bet if we're going to play that one there. All right, let's get to the next game. We get to the 7:10 Eastern time frame, Hawks and the Magic. So Magic, for some reason, allowed Miami to score like 700 points, but they figured out how to score 705 in that one there. I was really shocked at their defense. They let Norman Powell go off. Normally their three-point defense, it's been the best in the league basically for about 2 seasons, but didn't seem to show up too much on Wednesday. Now on Friday, now they've got to take on this lovely Hawks team that loves to push the pace even more. Hawks were probably the most disappointing team on Wednesday. Porzingis had a nice little game. Trae Young didn't play that well. Trae Young assists. This guy we thought might have a chance to average 12 assists a game. Starts off the season with, 6 or 5 or something around there. That was kind of disappointing. The Daniels played okay. Jalen Johnson played okay. Okongwu, who we really like in this offense, we think he's going to get a lot of easy buckets. He had a nice game, but defensively they didn't try to stop anybody, which is not to be surprised with the Hawks. They have some really good wing defenders, but they're a little weak in the middle and they're weak at the point. So when it comes to defense, but anyway, getting beyond that here with the Magic and the Hawks, let's give you all the plays for this one. Magic, actually, we like again here, minus a 1.5 first quarter, 2.5 first half, 4.5 for the game. Banchero, 25 plus points. Okongwu, 12 plus points. Porzingis, 2 plus threes all of a sudden skyrocketed when he hits 3. Baines, 3 plus threes. Suggs, 2 plus threes. Banchero, 8 plus rebounds. Yeah, I think 11 in the game 1. Young, 12 plus assists. And Banchero, 37 plus par, so over 36.5 points, assists, rebounds, and combined. Next game up, 7:40 Eastern time frame, so we got a lot of late basketball here on Friday. We've got Celtics, Knicks. Woo-wee! Celtics get beat at home by the 76ers in game 1. Knicks, nice win over the Cavs in game 1 as well. So two teams, I think, headed in opposite directions from previous years. And the Knicks should compete for the Eastern Conference #1 overall seed, realistically, as long as they stay healthy. I think there's some other teams that can come up surprise them. I expect the Magic to be one of them. We thought the Hawks might be able to continue, but it was only one game, so let's see what the Hawks do, I guess, in the future games here. Cavs, obviously, are expected to be there, but they've got some injuries going on right now. Knicks need to take advantage of this time and gain as much ground as they can over the teams like the Cavs as well. Can you imagine how crazy New York's going to be if they get the #1 seed in the East? Pretty crazy, right? So this game here, let's see, Knicks favored by 5.5, total at 230.5. Let's give you all the plays in this one. And we're going to go Celtics, Knicks. This line on the total has steamed up a little bit, by the way. This was 228.5 earlier when we grabbed this thing. It's went up 2 points in probably the last hour or so. So Celtics, Knicks. We're just going to play over 116.5 first half, 228.5 for the game. We're staying away from the first quarter because it was basically at 60. And the way the Knicks games have started, at least the first one, didn't want any piece of that first quarter part. Derek White, 20-plus points. OG Anunoby, 16-plus points. Derek White for 4 threes and 5 threes. Brunson only for 2 threes. OG for 2 threes. OG 6-plus rebounds. He did have, I think, a double-digit rebounds the other night. Now, Josh Hart might be back. That might cut into some OG time. So I think that's why the rebound prop's a little bit lighter there. We'll see. Knicks look pretty good without Josh Hart. OG Anunoby was good. Jalen Brunson couldn't have shot worse from 3. I think if he tried in game 1, that was pretty pitiful. I believe 1 for 9. Cat's supposed to play. He did not look fantastic in game 1, but good enough. Mitchell Robinson's out again for him. Obviously, Tatum's out for the Celtics, and they're trying to figure life with no Porzingis. They're going to shoot a ton of threes. That's what their defense, their offensive strategy is going to be. Would not be surprised if they launch up 60-plus threes in that one. Next game up, Cavs, Nets in Brooklyn, 7:40 Eastern time frame as well. Okay, so Cleveland comes off the loss against the Knicks. They got another road game to start, but this line is 13.5, and trust me, I know how bad the Nets are. But 13.5 on the road is a monster number. We're going to try to take advantage of the points here. Nets plus 3.5 first quarter, 7.5 first half, 13.5 for the game. Mobley's point line went up like 3 points. We had to play a little bit of an alternate here. We love Mobley this season, but 20-plus points. Nick Claxton for the Nets, 10-plus points. Mobley, 2+ threes again. Still getting plus money at 2+ threes. Got to take advantage of this while you can. I think he's definitely launching more three-pointers than he has. I would like to see him get a few more minutes, but, I guess we can't be too picky. Mobley, 10-plus rebounds. This line is up a couple of rebounds. So a little bit lighter, but we still went with 10-plus rebounds. Claxton, 8+ rebounds in that one there. Next game up, as we continue to fly through the NBA Friday night schedule. We almost got ahead of ourselves. How about Pistons Rockets at 8:10 Eastern time frame? I will give the Rockets credit. They played really well, I thought, in game 1. Now, they did get very fortunate to even that game being close because Oklahoma City cannot figure out how to hit a three-pointer to save their ass. that is going to be a problem for the Thunder. As you can tell, they've had 2 games go to double OT because they cannot hit a 3, right? They've just struggled. Now, maybe A.J. Mitchell helps them out a little bit more. Maybe when Jalen Williams comes back, it spreads the floor a little bit. Chet Holmgren couldn't hit nothing. Dort, by the way, is like 1 for 15 threes to start off. Wasn't god awful as point guard either. You can tell, though, they're going to struggle in that area, having that. But that tall team wasn't horribly bad. Steven Adams was a rebounding machine in game 1. We like a lot of things about the Rockets. I think this is a game here. The Pistons, game 1, absolutely looked like trash. They made a late fourth quarter push to get that game against the Bulls to within 5, but they cannot spread the floor either. They don't have 3-point shooting. Duncan Robinson scored a whole freaking 2 points. That was their big off-season acquisition. Cade Cunningham had a decent game. Durant had a decent game. No Jaden Ivey again. I think the Pistons might be in a little bit of trouble this early part of the season. Man, do they need 3-point shooting. There's a couple teams that need it, and that they are definitely one of them. But let's give you all the plays here in this Pistons-Rockets, as we do like this game quite a bit as well. So Rockets minus 1.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, 5.5 for the game. Shen Jun, 20-plus points. Duncan Robinson, under 10.5 points. Tobias Harris, how is this guy still in the league? Under 14.5 points. He's god-awful. Kevin Durant, under 2.5 threes. And until he hits 3 threes and they keep this line at 2.5 or keep going under, he only attempts 3 to 4 threes a game anyway. So for him to hit 3, he's going to have to shoot like 75%, which is just ridiculous. It's fine. No problem. We have no problem taking unders either. Duncan Robinson under 2.5 threes. He didn't even attempt that many, I don't think. Shen Jun, who was 5 for 8 from 3-point land in game 1, 2+ threes. Shen Jun, 9+ rebounds. Steven Adams might be the steal of the game at only 8+ rebounds. Cade Cunningham, 9+ assists. He had 10 in game 1. Shen Jun, 37+ par. And when I'm talking par, it's a lot of people see PRA, but it's easier to say par. So points, assists, rebounds combined. Next game up, let's get to Spurs Pelicans. 8:10 Eastern time frame as well. Spurs a favorite, though, in this game. They were a dog. Nice win on game 1. Wembayamba went crazy. Stephen Castle had a monster game as well. So I don't know, Wemby should be down in the paint scoring easy buckets. I know Wemby likes to be out front and be a point guard, even though he's like 12 foot tall. But, dude, go get yourself some easy buckets down below. Castle played really well. Castle really didn't try too many three-pointers. So it was a lot of driving to the basket, which does help out Wemby as well. Wemby's point line was a little bit bigger than we're comfortable with, so we stayed away from his point line, but still got some Wemby props in there for you as well. But we do like the Spurs in this one. Let's give you all the plays here. Spurs minus 0.5 first quarter, 1.5 first half, 3.5 for the game. Zion, 25+ points. Now, we expect Zion's shot to get blocked a lot like it does normally every week or every game, but Zion will continue to throw up shots and figure out how to do some crazy scoop move. As long as Zion is healthy, 25 points and 8+ rebounds, I mean, that's kind of what he is. Like, he's a really good player when he's healthy. He's not great defensively. He's not a monster rebounder. He's not that big, except wide, right? He's not extremely tall. He doesn't really have much mid-range or three-point range, right? It's too bad that he can't work on his game and develop that. If he could, I think he could be something pretty spectacular if he stays healthy. But unfortunately, hasn't developed that part of his game yet. Maybe he surprises us and all of a sudden it's there. Instead of those Instagram workouts, maybe we could do some Instagram three-point shooting or something to that effect where he's confident enough to throw it up. But let's Wemby 2+ threes. The number came down from 3. Wemby 12+ rebounds and Wemby 4+ blocks as well in that one. Wemby might block Zion just 4 times, let alone somebody else. All right, next game up. Heat, Grizzlies. Grizzlies favored by 2.5 at home. What do we got? 233.5 total here. John Morant, excellent game one. Miami Heat went crazy in game one. Unfortunately, ended up on the wrong side of it, but man, we expect some scoring in this one. Normally, Grizzly games, at least early in the season, you're going to. I don't know if they can make the total high enough, to be really honest with you. So let's give all the plays here. Grizzlies. This line's already went up a point, as a matter of fact. Heat over 118.5 first half, 232.5 for the game. John Morant, 25-plus points. Jalen Wells, 12-plus points. Jalen Wells, 3+ threes is plus money. He did hit 4 in game one. Jackson, 6+ rebounds. He did have 8 in game one. Grizzlies, 119+ team total. So basically got a score over 118.5 there. Do like a lot of that. I think the Grizzlies can put up a $120, $130 maybe on their own here. I think this game easily goes over. Once again, we stayed away from the first quarter over because the total was at 60 basically to get there. I don't like those 60 numbers too much in the first quarter, I will be honest. So we'll just play half and game. Next game up. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Wizards and Mavericks, 8:40 Eastern time. So the Mavs laying 10.5 here, 228.5 total. Let's just be honest here about the Mavs in game one. Cooper Flagg came out and said it. He was extremely disappointed. They looked a little disjointed. P.J. Washington was hitting some shots. Anthony Davis can score. We're already aware of that. Can Cooper Flagg shoot better from the floor? Absolutely, he can. Cooper did rebound pretty well, though, in game one. Didn't really have many assists. That was kind of a surprise. But other than that, they had a tough opponent as well. I think the Spurs, if Wemby's going to be super aggressive, they're going to have some stuff there. I guess the question is, to get off topic here, I know we're on the Mavs game, but the Spurs rotation sometimes is very confusing. Like, they don't want Wemby to play more than 6 consecutive minutes or something. I don't kind of understand that one. Like, he can't play 7 or 8 minutes in a row and then take a break. It's like, nah, we got to play 5 or 6 and then take him out. It's like he played the first part of the first quarter, sat, and then came back and played like the last minute or two of the first quarter. I'm like, what? Rotations, everybody's trying to figure out this time of the season as well. So we don't, it's harder to play a lot of first quarter props because we just don't know if they're going to play 6 minutes or if they're going to play 9 in the first quarter. It does make a hell of a difference. But to get back to the Mavs here, it is the Wizards. We're not expecting much from much fight from the Wizards here. Let's give you all the bets here in the Mavs-Wizards game, and we're focusing on the over in this one, the total, because I thought the 10.5 might be a shade high here. This line's already went up from 227.5 to 228.5. We do like the over here again, over 117.5 first half, 227.5 for the game. AD for 26+ points. He should have his way in the middle. Cooper Flagg's number and the point total I thought was reasonable. 16. It is creeping to 17 at a lot of books, but over 15.5 points for Cooper Flagg. Keyshawn George for the Wizards, 12+ points and 2+ threes. Cooper Flagg, 7+ rebounds is our favorite play in this particular game here. AD for 12+ rebounds. Flagg only for 3+ assists. Flagg over 26.5 par points, assists, rebounds combined. Next game up is we're going to get into the later games finally, right? 10 o'clock Eastern time frame, Lakers, T-Wolves. So I think we all saw the issues with the Lakers in game one. And that's if Luka doesn't score 100, they're in trouble. No LeBron one more time here. They need to figure some things out. I don't know if Luka trusts everybody on the floor besides Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves had a nice game one as well. But this is going to be a lot of Luka, I think, especially scoring the ball. Now, Luka did not shoot extremely well from 3. I expect him to get a little progression from that part there. Anthony Edwards was fabulous in game one. He was a game-time decision, still came out, still played, shot well from 3, shot well from the floor, period. The T-Wolves have some things to figure out as well, but this particular game here, though, T-Wolves are actually favored on the road by 2.5, 225 total. This line did shoot up a little bit. It was 1.5. We like the T-Wolves here. Money line first quarter, money line first half, and money line for the game. Anthony Ant-Man Edwards, 26+ points. Luka, 30+ points. Jaden McDaniel, 13+ points. Luka, 4+ threes. Ant-Man, 4+ threes. Both of those plus money. And Jaden McDaniel, 2+ threes. He had 4 in game 1, and he's plus money as well. Ayton, under 9.5 rebounds. I know all of you Ayton people took one in the shorts on Tuesday. I expect Ayton to once again disappoint us on Friday as well. And then we've got Luka, 9+ rebounds. Ant-Man, over 36.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Next game up, as we continue through the schedule here at 10:10 Eastern time frame. Warriors have the first back-to-back of the season. Had to play an overtime game to beat the Nuggets at home. Now they're at the Blazers. This line, 1.5 roughly, right at the moment. Blazers played the T-Wolves tough for the first 3.5 quarters of that game. Unfortunately, just couldn't finish it off here. Shaedon Sharpe was a little underwhelming, but Jeremiah Grant had a great game as well. I expect the Warriors to play somewhat tough here, but those back-to-back nights are getting harder for the older teams. We like us some Blazers. I don't think they're starting off the season 0-2 at home. Let's give you all the plays here. Blazers money line, first quarter, first half, and game. Buddy Hield, 10+ points. He's done well his first 2 games. Sharpe, 20+ points and 3+ threes. Kuminga actually has hit is averaging I think he's hit 5 threes or so far this season, 2+ threes, and it was pretty sizable plus money at 2. Draymond, 6+ rebounds and 5+ assists. That was a big one for us last night. He hit both of those. And then we go back to Draymond, 11+ points. 11 or over 10.5 rebounds and assists combined. Draymond is going to rebound. Draymond is going to get assists. I like all of those for Draymond. Again, he's hit all of those in the first 2 games. Why not game 3? Next game up, Utah Jazz and the Kings, 10:10 Eastern time frame as well. Supposedly, Sabonis is going to be back. Jazz was the biggest surprise probably on the board on Wednesday as they crushed the Clippers, being a 9.5-point dog. Now they're going on the road to face Sacramento. Sacramento played really well for 3 quarters, and then the Suns came all the way back to smack them around. Kings are favored by 5.5 here. What do we got? A 231.5 total. We like some points with the Jazz. Jazz plus 1.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, 5.5 for the game. I know how bad they were on the road last year versus home. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think they can keep this thing within 5. Markkanen, 20+ points. Kessler, 11+ points. Markkanen, 4+ threes. Kessler, 11+ rebounds. Sabonis, if he's playing, 12+ rebounds and 6+ assists. Next game up, Clippers and Suns. So the Clippers were embarrassed on game 1. Suns came all the way back. This game at 10:40 Eastern time frame to finish up the night. So the Suns at home might be able to get a few more victories than on the road. Clippers were absolutely a shit show. Let's be honest, on Wednesday. At the Intuit Dome, I don't see the same thing happening there. We like us some Clippers. Let's give you all the lines. This line has moved from 9.5 to 10.5, by the way. So Clippers minus 2.5 first quarter, 5.5 first half, 9.5 for the game. Zubac, 14+ points. Harden, 3+ threes. Zubac, 10+ rebounds. Booker, the line's only at 4+ rebounds, so over 3.5. We'll take that. Harden, 9+ assists. Zubac, double-double. Kawhi, 30+ par. I know he did not have a good game 1, only scored 10 points. And Harden, 35+ par. Both of those are points, assists, rebounds combined. I expect both those guys to have much better games than what they did on the opener on Wednesday. They're back at home. Let's see these Clippers, see how good they really are here. The Suns are not as good as the Clippers on paper. Let's see what happens here. It is a bigger number at 9.5, 10.5, not going to lie. But I think they can get some stuff done there. The Suns were fantastic late in that game, but they did struggle against the Kings for the first 3 quarters. The Clippers are that kind of team. If that happens here, I think the Clippers figure out a way to finish them off. All right, that's a rundown of NBA Friday, October 24th. If you like the content you're seeing here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on. It don't cost you nothing to watch the shows. Might as well take advantage of it as we put out more and more and more free material. Also, our sponsors of the show, Outlier, that sponsors every show for ours on YouTube. 7-day free trial of that wonderful sports betting app is available in the comments section or the YouTube channel page. YouTube TV, again, DraftKings appreciates both of you guys as well. And also the Discord channel available for all of you out there. We have a couple different ways to pay. If you just want to do a week just to try it out, we do have a weekly option as well as monthly where you save more money. On that one, join a couple 100+ members who love doing the same thing you do, and that's called sports wagering. They get all the bets early. They get the unit sizes to know which the bigger bets are. They're also going to get a lot of bonus material as well. We're going to Formula One. We're staying away from Friday on Formula One. Normally, we like the practice sessions, but it's been a little bit crazy as they're in Mexico City this week. You get bonus material like that. WNBA, when that season's going on, we put that out. We don't do a show for WNBA. Baseball, basketball, college and pro football as well. They've been sitting on the college football picks for quite some time, and we have not released that show yet. So, like I said, you get a lot of stuff early. You get ahead of line moves, juice moves. Not only that, there's other cappers on there as well, throwing in some plays. Plus, the people themselves are in there throwing a bunch of parlay action. If you're into parlays, they're throwing those up like crazy as well. And in sports that we don't even do, like tennis, I see a lot of that. Soccer, there's a lot of that in there as well. Hockey. So if you're into sports wagering, this is a spot to be. Check it out. Discord link will be in the comments section and as well as the YouTube channel page. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.